Hi guys, it's late February 2025, Western Australia, and we're going to do a quick tasting of one of the first pretty decent sourdough loaves I've done. It's only about maybe 100 or 200 grams of wholemeal flour and the rest up to 600 grams of white, with 150 grams of starter and a bit of salt and a bit of olive oil. In the background you can see the bowl of mangoes and the dragon fruit. Sasha, you grab that for me, baby. And can you get cutting the bread into the frame? There we are. And I think quite thin. When I was doing my honours thesis, I met a lovely couple, ex-market gardeners, and they had me for lunch one day, and they used to like to cut their sourdough even thinner than this. What do you reckon, Sasha? Should we split this one?
Yeah.
So I mentioned, do you want me to cut the crust off? No. I mentioned in the last video that sourdough actually has bifidobacteria. Here you go, Denny. Bifidobacteria is medicine after you've had COVID or you had some exposure to the spike. You can have stuff like this, kefir. Do you even like kefir?
Not really.
Oh. What about this?
Yeah.
What's the best combo with sourdough? Butter. What movie is that from? Might be Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Yeah. So how do you rate this bread in comparison to the other lady's Cornelia's? You remember the one we got on Sunday?
7.
With hers being a 10? I'm not going to complain. That's fair, I reckon. Hers was all white though, and more beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, freshly ground wholemeal is good also for healing the teeth because it has vitamin E. That's also good for vascular strength. Okay, so I mentioned the name of the blog that I got the recipe out of in the last live. So this sourdough, onwards and upwards, eh? This recipe is probably better than the other ones I've done. Do you remember the other ones? Okay, good. Now, can you hold the camera again? So, and just for fun, this is another blue haze dragon fruit, and this is Isis Gold. Now, Tam earlier today, he actually he was saying it's much the same as Aussie Gold and the other yellow varieties. Not the same as the spiny one. And we taste tested this earlier, Sasha. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You don't mind if it's not chilled, do you?
No.
No. Some people kind of prefer it chilled. So I'll cut maybe 2 whole rounds, and you can notice the very, very light coloured flesh. You would normally say white, but it's actually, with this one, slightly grey. I have seen whiter than this, so it's not the same as the Vietnamese white. Sasha, should I pass you this, Dilly?
Oops.
There we go. Sorry, I got some crumbs on it. Yeah, so classically very similar to Vietnamese white. And then I really loved it when I tasted it earlier today. I still do have the sourdough taste in my mouth, but so you get a slight tart acid flavour in the very beginning. It's a very soft sweetness generally, but that tartness is there. How would you describe the flavour?
I don't know. It's like a lemon but not sour.
Like a super mild lemony flavour?
Yeah.
And like a lemonade, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there was something that was a little bit similar to, if you know the Australian native lily pilly, it's a little bit like that, but not at all like that has a dry note. This is not dry, this is moist. So as I say, this is not Vietnamese white. This is actually Isis Gold. And Tam reckoned Isis Gold and Aussie Gold and some of the other...
Kind of looks like corn on the outside.
Yeah. I wonder if it ever loses that green tint. I wonder if you could grow it from that tiny little bit of stem there. Yes. So you see people online growing all the seeds out and then they graft them and all sorts of crazy stuff. But what I really wanted was to have known varieties and ideally get to taste them before I planted them. So it's pretty exciting. We planted a blue haze, which I'd never heard of. I've also got purple haze out the back. I haven't planted against the trellis yet. Cool. So, Sash, are you excited about dragon fruit?
Yeah.
Less excited now you've had to eat 20 of them?
No.
Ah, well, there you go. So, growing season November through July, and utterly delicious. If you want to spread the yield, you might want to get maybe one of the more standard reds. The purple haze are heavy croppers in batches, so that's more of a commercial production line, 3 or 4 times a year. And I think they might need pollinating as well.
Yeah.
And so far at the front on trellises, I've got Aussie Gold, Colombian Red, Vietnamese White, and now, just today, Blue Haze. I planted the Blue Haze with a tray underneath. And that might be risky if you're overseas and you get more rain, but here, I think there'd only be a few times a year when that might be a problem. And I actually put perlite and sand way down the bottom, so I think we'll be all right. If we did have a rot, I'd learn the hard way. So I'll keep you posted. Anything else, Tim?
The other dragon.
Oh, you want to taste the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you might be bored of it.
No.
How many dragon fruit have you eaten the last couple of days?
Like 5.
Here you go. I'll do a fine one for me. Pretend I'm delicate. I just love actually how neat it is when we're overseas in Vietnam and whatnot, Thailand probably as well. We have the white ones and they're very lovely. And the upshot of the white ones is that when you put them in the lunchbox all cut up, they don't make a mess.
I still got dragon fruit seeds everywhere.
Yeah, it still is a bit messy. This is almost heading towards strawberry. How would you describe it? It's very mild, and it definitely has a different note, which the other one doesn't have. It's missing the tart and lemon flavour, and it's more heading towards... It doesn't taste like pawpaw, but in terms of overall sweetness and that, it is like that. Can you name a flavour at all?
Okay.
You want to have more? Okay. So good. We'll save the other half of the yellow one for Daddy, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to have this other yellow bit. Do you mind?
No.
What's your favourite between the two?
Probably
The yellow? Do you want half? No. Ah! Uh-oh. That's all right.
Oh no.
There's some on the floor. Just leave it till we finish the video. You don't want half of this? No. Okay. For me, out of everything so far, I actually prefer the yellows. What about you?
Yeah.
Same as me? Oh, well, there you go. I think we both like the sour. Like it makes it more interesting. Side note on the health, apparently it's got lots of really good omegas. So it's quite a good thing for your oil profile, which is surprising because I wouldn't guess that for a fruit, but there you have it. Very good. We were talking about whether or not we'd bother preserving them, like putting them in the freezer or making them into anything. And I have seen people drying them. But honestly, if you can get fruit year-round in your garden, I reckon that's a goer, because the fresh, lovely thing is something to look forward to. Not to show off, but a Kensington Pride mango is there in the fruit bowl behind. And I just gave away a couple to Rosalind. And I gave away some figs, and hopefully she'll make some lovely jam. And we'll get some back if she gets enough good jam.
Yeah.
And everyone loves mangoes. And what else is on the go? Pomegranate.
Oh yeah.
Lemonade,
Are they ripe
lemons.
yet?
Yeah, probably. Maybe not perfectly ripe though. Do you want to do a taste testing on YouTube of the pomegranate?
Yeah.
We don't know what the name is. It's just a nice bright reddy one. And I don't really like them, but some people love them. And I do like the juice though. So if you're ever feeling a little bit dry and maybe a little bit tired, a little shot of pomegranate's fantastic. All right, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
All right, see you guys.